Hi, today's verse comes from Luke chapter 1, verses 15 through 17, and it says, "For he will be great in the sight of the Lord." And this is talking about John the Baptist. "He will be great in the sight of the Lord. He is never to take wine or other fermented drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even before he is born. He will bring back many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God, and he will go on before the Lord in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the parents to their children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." And so what this kind of really brought to my attention tonight was this gives us a list of things that happen when when you are filled with the Holy Spirit. These are the things specifically that John the Baptist it was prophesied that he would perform when he was filled with the Holy Spirit, and these things did happen. And what this reminded me of is that we should see a difference and a change in our lives if we are living for the Holy Spirit. If we are filled with the Holy Spirit and we are living our lives for Him, then we should see these kinds of things. We should see that people are being brought back to God. This is the people of Israel being brought back to God. So people who knew God are coming back to Him. We can make that happen, or we can make the parallel of that today. People, if we're filled with the Holy Spirit, then people who were once walking with God who now are not, when they interact with us, if we're following the lead of the Holy Spirit, we're going to lead those people back to the Lord. The next verse says, "Turn the hearts of the parents to their children." So what I take this to mean is that families are strengthened. Parents are loving their kids. They're raising them the way that they should. If we're filled with the Holy Spirit, that's how we will raise our families, and that's how we will encourage others to raise their families. And the next says, "Turn the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous." So we will be the righteous, or there will be people who are righteous and people who are being disobedient to the Lord, being disobedient maybe even just to man's laws, criminals, thugs, delinquents. Then those kinds of people will be turned over to the wisdom of the righteous. So a change in people like that when the Holy Spirit is present. And then finally it says, "To make ready a people prepared for the Lord." So to get a people ready for the Lord. Well, the Lord, so this was talking about Jesus actually being on earth and through His earthly ministry. Now that we're past the death and resurrection and ascension of Jesus, the way we apply this to us is, again, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord because He's coming back. And so these are just a list of things that really should be happening. These types of things should be characteristic of our lives if we are filled with the Holy Spirit. And if we're not seeing things like this in our life, then perhaps we're living our lives more for ourselves than we are listening to and being obedient and living our lives for the Holy Spirit. And we have to turn around our priorities. And when we do that, living by the leading of the Holy Spirit, we'll start to see things like this in our life. So, something to think about, something to aspire to.